Oh, Washington Square Park. Lots of memories here when we was young, hanging out. Still got the nice flavor of the village. You can hear the sounds in the background of the local. Oh, look at this. It's got a guitar, a cello, I guess. I forgot it. And they sound good. Only in New York. The last time I was actually here in Washington Square Park was on 9/11, the morning of 9/11. I was working at NYU, and I remember coming through the entrance, talking to a coworker, and looking at the World Trade Center, and it had a big red ball on the side. We actually thought someone was filming some type of a movie and I placed that on the outside. Little did we know. Now here's the main part of the park. They've got the fountain going. And as we pan here to the left, we see the Ark. Rumor has it that there's actually people buried in the bottom of that, but that's just a myth. It's never been proven. But you can see here now, the energy is just wonderful. Nothing like New York City, especially the Village in Washington Square Park. One of our favorite comedians back in the 80s was a guy named Charlie. He used to actually stand in this area, and he was absolutely funny. He would make lots of money. He did go on to do a couple of things in the mainstream media. I don't recall what they are now, but he was extremely popular and funny. Now, look at here. We have some NYU grads. See them in the beautiful purple gowns. Can't tell if the graduation is over, if it's going to begin. And look what we have here to the right. We have a piano player. I like that you can see the exposed insides of the piano, so when it hits the chords, you can see them go. Oh, you can feel the lovely mist from the wind coming off of the fountain. It's really cool and refreshing. And there we have some grass. Going to see if I can find a place to sit for a while, but I think it's pretty much filled up. But look, I think I see something here. If I get here quick enough, maybe I can get a seat for a while. Here's another view here to the right of one of the entrances. This is off of Green Street. And it wouldn't be Washington Square Park without a protest. Not sure what they're protesting. Let me see if I can get a little closer to this and see what's going on here. Let's see what this protest is all about. It looks like it's called the Workers' Circle. Apparently, it looks like some type of a union rally here. Let's see.
Let's give it up for Rosario. Next up is NYC's dynamic and very talented Vice President of Policy. Join me in welcoming Anu Joshi.
Hi everyone, I'm going to keep this short. For over 30 years, we've been waiting for our leaders in Washington, D.C. to do their job, to get something done. We need a road to citizenship for all 11 million. Last November's voters sent a clear message to Washington, D.C. We cannot wait any longer. We won't wait any longer. Immigrants were on the front lines of this pandemic, leaving their homes to take care of us when many of us were too afraid. The very least we can do for them is ensure that they can remain here in this country with their
I
family.
correct myself on my prior statement. This is actually a rally for immigration
So
rights.
that's why, I was so happy.
Much needed here in the United States.
Here, we need him. We need him to do.
Something I don't recall seeing here when I used to hang out, back in the 80s and the 90s, was a playground. This apparently has probably been put in the last maybe 20, 30 years, which is really great. Shows a little bit about how this area has evolved into family lifestyle, not just the local comedians, artists, musicians. Apparently there's some type of a makeshift memorial to someone there in the distance. Can't quite see who it is. Again, the energy here in Washington Square Park is just so epic, New York. Now we're gonna exit here on what I call the arch side of it, but it's actually Washington Square Park North. In the distance here you can see, well, they've been looked like they're resurfaced, but they are some very old, elegant buildings, apartment buildings, dwellings.
Yeah, I know.
They've definitely been modernized, you can tell by the windows, but they're still big. You can see the entranceways look like they kept those intact. Unfortunately, here there used to be some lovely brownstones that look like they've been replaced by some relatively more modern apartments. Now this side of the arch is actually the entrance side, and you can see the very well-carved statues of George Washington. This is very detailed. In the rear there you can see the new World Trade Center. Again, this is where I was standing the last time I was here at 9/11. And that's the morning of 9/11 when the original World Trade Center was attacked. It was a sad morning. Now heading outside of the park here, down the street. Still has that wonderful feel of the park and open greenery and just a nice, cool May afternoon. May 1st it is exactly. coming up upon us. Looks like we're gonna see some of the original brownstones. Actually looks like they also have been resurfaced. There's even a modern parking garage down there. Yuck. But again, they still look like they kept the original steps, entranceways, and doors to the buildings. Oh, I wish you can smell how fresh this smells. This is on the outer gates of the park. It smells nice, fresh greenery. Just absolutely beautiful for a May afternoon here. I like these white flowers. I believe they're called dogwoods. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert. Here's the locals hanging out, chilling. There's always now some kind of reference to NYU, the great NYU, who has bought up a lot of the buildings on the side. Now this building looks like it tried to keep a lot of the original on the below levels. God, looks like some very old shutters. Really nice. 23, my lucky number. It's interesting to see how different cliques hang out in different areas of the park. And this is Washington Square West at the corner of Washington Square North. And you can't come to New York City without seeing the pigeons. These ferns you can see are obviously have been planted, but they're absolutely beautiful. We're now heading towards the more retail area of the village. Used to have a lot of very bohemian, unique shops. Most of them are gone now. Kim Fields was one that was really good actually. Yes, not the actress, there was a store. Now it looks like it's been updated to a lot of more to-date restaurants and retail stores. As we all know, due to COVID, there's a lot of retail space that's now available when it wasn't available before. Another sign of the times, the numerous outdoor seatings for the restaurants. They're really clever how they really kind of set these up. Keeping with the theme of their restaurant style. Always colorful, new village. Ah, Domino's in the village. Just think about it. Eva's. Well, they used to be Eva's. They still have the sign. It looks like now it's Cinco de Mayo. Eva's used to be a really nice, kind of vegetarian place. They were known for the falafels and their vanilla frozen yogurt. You had to have them together. It was great. We're now heading, and we're actually in the east side of the village east side. This is on 5th Avenue and East 8th Street. For those of you who are familiar with Andy Cohen from Bravo fame, Housewives, he lives somewhere in this vicinity, and there goes the tour bus. What I like about 5th Avenue here is that look how wide the sidewalks are. And they are extremely clean. For those that have the impression that New York City is dirty all around, it really is not. This is an absolutely stunning old church here. This is on West 10th Street. One thing I have to say about New York City, they have the nicest looking people. Don't want to be rude, and I'm not going to like zoom in on anyone, but some of the men here are just absolutely gorgeous. And New York is a place when you're single or just chilling by yourself, you could come and spend a whole day, enjoy yourself, and not feel awkward. Now, this church I was talking about is the Church of the Ascension. And again, here's another reference to New York University, who owns this building. This looks like it's an international residence hall, also known as a dorm. Apparently it caters to the international students. Look at this absolutely stunning entrance. Again, this is a right side of the Ascension Church. Beautiful. Look at the landscape, the plants, just beautiful. Now, just a half a block away here on West 11th Street is absolutely another beautiful church. Look at the top of it. Excuse me, allergies. This church is beautiful. As I cross the street, I can see if I can find out what the name of it is. Apparently, it's the First Presbyterian Church. The architecture is just amazing, including the black wrought iron fence around it. Just beautiful. We're still at the same church here. Look at the size of that door. Unbelievable. And the architecture again is just exquisite. All stone.
Well, that is guy like.